If you lose it by being yourself, you didn't actually lose anything valuable because you had to be fake in order to keep it in the first place. So if anything, this is a blessing, my friend, because every single time that you silence yourself in order to make someone else, comfortable, you literally rewire your brain to believe that being accepted is more important than your own beliefs, than being yourself, than just simply being who you are. And then it automatically reinforces the idea that being yourself is dangerous, which is completely backwards. But over years of doing this to yourself, you just keep performing. You become more agreeable, more neutral, more careful. And at first, it works because people tend to like you more, people tend to speak to you more, people just kind of hang around because you're the nice person, the person that will say yes, the person that will laugh at their shitty jokes. And at first, it feels nice because you feel accepted, but they don't actually accept you. They just accept the persona that you crafted in order to be liked by them, which is not who you are, which is not who you should be. And it's probably not actually who you want to be. You just do it for the sake of it now because, well, you're used to it. Here's what I honestly, strongly urge you to do instead. Stop pretending to be who you're not, okay? Start to say what you actually think in a calm manner without apologizing. Don't force laughter at something that you genuinely don't find funny. Stop agreeing simply to avoid tension. If you don't agree, you don't agree. You can let people know about that. That's okay. There is no point in explaining yourself to people who never understood you in the first place because they're just so used to seeing who you pretended to be rather than who you actually are. At first, this is gonna feel so wrong. You're gonna feel so fucking out of place. That's good. That discomfort is the symbol, it's kind of like the thing that marks your change. It's the thing that's gonna push you in the right direction to keep reinforcing who you are. And how do I know it's uncomfortable? Because I've been there. I used to be so agreeable. I used to be the yes man all the time. I would just go and do things because the group wanted to do them. I would go and meet people just because they wanted to meet me and do things I didn't want to do. Go places I didn't want to be. To speak with people I didn't want to speak with. Why? Because it was easy. Because I felt accepted. It's really strange because initially your nervous system will just interpret all of this as danger and it will not want you to do it. It will not want you to be in this discomfort. It will try its best to push you back where it is because it's just like a fight or flight thing, isn't it? Your body and your mind want you to survive. They want you to be comfortable, want you to be safe. But don't get me wrong, you are okay. You are safe. It's just that your mind has been trained to think differently. But I urge you to just keep pushing through it because the only way is through, man. The only way is through. Because after you stay with it for a certain amount of time, something weird almost happens. And this happens to everybody that I spoke with that worked on themselves or got into a different profession, became a business owner, became a coach. They all had this sensation of just feeling lighter, of just feeling a little more free, not being, shackled by people's opinions, their mind being so much more peaceful. And you know why? There's literally just one reason for this. It's because you're no longer performing. You don't have to keep up all these things. You don't have to remember, oh, I said this, I acted this way, I was like this with these. Oh, I need to remember that. No, you no longer need to do that. You no longer have to do that. And that is freeing. You quite literally just take a huge weight off your shoulders. And yes, absolutely, some people are gonna leave. Some people are gonna stop being friends with you. Some people are gonna stop talking to you. Some will just get uncomfortable. Some will all of a sudden stop inviting you to places. And that is okay. Because like we mentioned in literally the first line of this video, if you lose it by being yourself, you haven't actually lost anything valuable because you had to be fake in order to keep it. And if you have to be fake in order to keep something, well then, is it really worth keeping around? Is it really worth having in your life? I don't think so. And I have a feeling You don't think so either. You just haven't had the chance to prove that to yourself yet. But a beautiful thing about those people leaving is that it creates space for the right people to come into your life. For people who will actually respect you. For people who will actually want to spend time with you rather than the version you show to everybody. There are people who will like you for you. You're going to find people with actual real interests similar to yours. It's a little bit like your life becomes smaller because you've got a smaller circle now. You know less people, you hang around with less people, but it becomes stronger. It becomes more grounded. And that's beautiful, man, because I would rather have 3 real awesome mates than know 30 people and not really like any of them or even have a remotely similar interest as them. There is no point having 10 times more contacts if you don't even want to talk to them in the first place, because it is that much better to be surrounded by people who actually want to stand with you than just sit there and watch your performance. Because I have a feeling that deep down you know this. Deep down you know that if you stop pretending or pleasing certain individuals, they will stop talking to you. So I'm here to remind you today that it's okay to let them. Just let them go, let them be. You're putting yourself through something you don't need to in the first place just to have their approval anyway. So what's the point? Because everything that's built on a false version of you is going to be fragile, and you're going to slip up eventually anyway. And people are going to see that. Your real true self is going to come out. And when it happens, people will see that. People are going to feel it. People are going to know the vibe is different. The energy around you is going to be different. So they're going to pull away anyway. So you might as well just pull away yourself and save yourself the drama and the trouble and the guessing, because in the moment you're not going to know why. You're not going to know. And it's going to hurt a lot more if you let them pull away than if you pull away yourself. And I believe that moment of it just becoming real, when it actually goes to shit, so to speak, that eye-opener is needed. It's required. I think it'll be a lot more beneficial to you than you realize. Because like we spoke, those people never liked you. They just liked the performance you put on for them. So let's stop performing just to be accepted, and let's be ourselves. Because the people that actually like us for us will eventually turn up. And the fact that we no longer associate with these people who only like us for our performance, well, now we've got space for them. We've got space to accept these people into our life and to dedicate ourselves to them. But that will only happen if you stop the performance. Take it easy, be yourself, and have a good time. Get out there and get it done.